This story also feels like a rerun, doesn't it? Arrests along the U.S.-Mexican border hit a 21-year monthly high. Yeah, month over month, ever since Biden assumed office, just arrests, captures, crossings, they've all just gone up month over month over month. And who's stopping it? Nobody. Nobody. They're just continuing to, I don't know, allow in people crossing the border, the southern border, not over in Florida. No, not accepting any Cuban refugees that they're trying to overthrow their communist dictatorship right now. No, they aren't going to eventually vote the right way, so we're not going to let them in. And Haiti, yeah, this sucks to suck about your president, but we'll deal with that at a different time. We just got to consult with the Clinton Foundation in order to figure out who we're going to install next. So don't worry, that's on the list of priorities for the Biden administration right now. It's just a little bit farther down than making sure that the population is properly flooded with enough good illegal immigrants right now. The number of illegal immigrants apprehended at the U.S.-Mexico border jumped 12% in July, hitting nearly 213,000, officials said Thursday. Jesus fucking Christ. The 212,672 encounters were up from 188,934 and represented the 15th consecutive month that the number of apprehensions has risen. According to Border Patrol records, it also marked the highest monthly total since March 2000. How fucking terrific. What was happening in March of 2000? Quite a turbulent time in the White House, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. Everybody was getting sick of the lies from Clinton. There was an upcoming presidential election on the horizon. Yep. All of this stuff would be a lot clearer for a bunch more people if they were a lot more fluent in a recent and even ancient history, because none of this stuff is new. It's all just been retreads over and over and over again. All of this shit is cyclical. Sure, it has a different paint job whenever it comes through, but the core issues and the core problems are always there. They always will be. Should just know how to deal with them at this point. The new numbers don't include how many illegal immigrants evaded capture in recent months. The number has been pegged around 1,000 per day. That sounds about right. I thought it was going to be per month, and it's like, that's not right. But yep, 1,000 per day. Remember, yeah, these are just the people who were dumb enough, fat enough, slow enough to actually get captured and then just thrown in the detention camps. And hopefully they win the lottery to get one of the plane tickets to be sent to fucking Wyoming or one of the middle square states. Or maybe just released further into Texas, because they've done that as well. The most commonly encountered illegal aliens were single adults, but nearly 19,000 were unaccompanied minors. Sure. But also, at the same time, don't be thrown off by the fact that it says 19,000 unaccompanied minors. That goes all the way up to 17 years of age. And because they don't have any documentation, if you look 17-ish and you think you can pass off for that, you're classified as an unaccompanied minor. So, of those 19,000... it's impossible to properly approximate how many of those are actually like, the 10-year-olds that they like to use for propaganda. It's like, oh, why won't she just let in little Yennefer? She just wants to have a good life. It ain't all that. This set a new monthly record for the population and signaled the continued failure of Biden's administration in stemming what some experts say is a full-blown crisis. Anybody who's just read the fucking information that's out there. Hundreds of thousands of people apprehended at the border, let in every fucking month. Potentially, could be 1,000, could be 1,000 a day. That's 30 fucking thousand people. 31,000, could be more, could be less, who fucking knows? That's how many people are making the fucking flee across the border, all because, sympathetic Joe's in the White House. Oh, yeah, 15 months, cool. When did Biden announce his candidacy? When did all of those primary debates start happening? When they said that, we need to be more sympathetic to the illegal immigrants, the undocumented, because they don't use illegal because laws are stupid, defund the police. Because all of those undocumented people can't live in their disheveled third world countries, but then at the same time we love those disheveled third world countries' policies, and socialism is great. See how stupid these people are? But it is also a crisis for another reason. Hate to drag up the Coof. Normally we just like to keep that encapsulated in one video, but 40% of illegal immigrants released in Texas City tested positive for COVID. They care about the Coof. They care about the Coof when they can use it for propaganda. But actually letting people come over across the border, not catching them, being like, hey, Jorge, get back here. No, Come on, no. Oh, well, we'll just get the next 15 that are coming across the border. 4 in 10 illegal immigrants released into Texas City near the U.S.-Mexico border last week tested positive for COVID-19. They don't care. They don't care. They want to keep it going for as long as possible, and they're bringing it in however they fucking can. And hey, if they can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, even though none of those birds are really dying, never let a crisis go to waste. That was very high. Wow. Laredo Mayor Pete Saez told the Washington Examiner. Laredo Health Authority Dr. Victor Trevino confirmed the numbers with the newspaper. Officials in Laredo, located across the Rio Grande from Nuevo Laredo, Mexico, didn't respond to requests for comment by press time. However, they offered a similar positivity percentage filed in a federal lawsuit last month. Officials said they complained that Customs and Border Protection officials have been releasing immigrants in the city, despite a large number of them testing positive for the China virus, which causes the disease COVID-19, in case you forgot. So what happens if somebody does, in fact, escape apprehension from one of these, frankly, overworked and underpaid border officers? Especially looking at the numbers there. Jesus Christ, these guys are getting fucking underpaid and overworked. But what happens if somebody goes after them? Well, they're kind of deterred from not doing that, just like many other police departments and many other large municipalities, because lawlessness is the flavor of the day. Biden administration orders ICE agents not to arrest, deport victims of crime. Why? 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 Because lawlessness sells. They know normally whenever elections come up and we're heading into that primary season, don't you know? Whenever there's a crisis at hand, whenever there's something that can be put out there that would be troubling to the population, regardless of its actual deadliness or how big the real problem is. Not being specific, but you guys can connect the dots. More often than not, elections tend to work out in favor of the party that's currently in power, because change at a time of crisis is normally not very favorable. That's been the case throughout the years, and you could take a look at different elections and take a look and realize that certain results of certain elections resulted in multiple seats that were supposed to be up for grabs go to the incumbent party when they were supposed to flip. But there's a couple of just big fucking discrepancies there. But yeah, you just go throughout history. Why do you think the Iraq War was such a big talking point in 2004 when George W. Bush was just about at his all-time lowest approval rate? He saved the best for last on the way out the door. But at the time, he wasn't all that popular, and the Kerry Edwards ticket was about as exciting as a warm bowl of piss. They know how the game's played. They aren't stupid. They just don't tend to think more than a couple steps ahead. That's why it's important to know where they're going and then just cut them off at the pass. Let's wrap up here. The Biden administration issued guidance on August 11th instructing U.S. Immigration and Customs officials, agents to refrain from arresting and deporting illegal immigrants who were victims of crimes and those who were applying for victim-based immigration benefits. Oh, cool. Described as the victim-centered approach, why? To enforcement, the new policy will see ICE agents cease taking action against illegal immigrants who have applied for visas specifically offered to victims of human trafficking, domestic violence, child neglect, or abuse, according to guidance issued by the acting ICE director, Ty Johnson. Okay, cool. We figured out what cancels out one crime. It's apparently claiming that you've been a victim of another crime. So I've got a good one for you. Let's see if this is a universal truth. The next time you get pulled over for running a stoplight or speeding in a residential area, just say that you were spanked as a child. We'll just see if this works. T visas are designed for victims of human trafficking, and U visas are meant for victims of violent crimes in the United States. Really don't care. The memo to ICE agents states that the goal of victim-centered investigation and prosecution is to focus on minimizing any undue stress, harm, and trauma to the victim. I don't care if you're fleeing from that in your own country. There's ways to deal with it there. This isn't the problem for the United States to resolve. If it happens within their borders, cool. But if you're here illegally, I don't care. Just get out. All of you, get out. But if you're here illegally and you're a victim of some of these crimes, that sucks. And there's systems to go through that. And if somebody who harmed you is here illegally, they should just get tossed collar and cuff right over the fucking border. But that's not what this administration is about. No, it's just to brown people good and, well, addendum to that. Some brown people good, Cuban brown people bad. This really should be a universal rallying cry for everybody, really. Border security, like, there's horrible shit that happens down there, okay? It's not unaccompanied minors that come across. Guess what? They get trafficked by really fucking despicable people doing some really despicable things that, you know what, really does make my stomach turn. Drugs, guns, all the horrific shit that comes across the border as well. All of this stuff is facilitated by these open border policies, which Democrats were vehemently against, not but 5 years ago, but all of a sudden, Orange Man takes up the cause, and all of a sudden, no, we need to start tearing down the border wall, we need to start to... It really isn't the partisan issue that they've tried to make it out to be. It's really not. It's very simple, okay? Instead of just opening everything wide up, oh, you could just come in here and you could just come live here, don't worry, we'll just take care of you, we'll just give you free money, and nothing will really improve from the place that you come from, don't worry about that. It's about making those countries better, making them fucking viable, instead of just giving them foreign aid so that they can just, you know, pay lip service to how great President Biden is, or how great President Trump is, because all this shit has been going on for a long fucking time. And nothing has gotten better because these fucking corrupt places that these people are fleeing from, they need to take fucking responsibility for the shit that they have wrought on their populace. I do feel for them. Absolutely, I feel for them. It's just a much bigger fucking issue than this. It really is. But at the end of the day, there are legal ways to get into the United States, into Canada, wherever the fuck you want to go. And a lot of these people, those over 200,000 people that made the trek in July, a lot of them are working age men. A lot of them are working age families. You can fucking make it happen if you want to make it happen. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.